Hey folks, I want to take a minute today to talk about some of the things we've seen this past week, as well as maybe give you a few pointers with these, variations in weather that we're having, or variations in wind, I should say, that we're having. And, we've gone from earlier in the week to being normal tide to maybe 6-8 inches above normal to now probably a foot low. And I think some of that is just because of the south wind. It might actually have a little bit of west in it, but it drained off the island, drained off the south shoreline day before yesterday. But now it seems like it's drained, out of the bay. And when that happens, what we like to do, the adjustments I like to make, is to move off the south shoreline and start hitting windward banks. Now, you do have to have the right wind or the right weather to be able to fish a lot of the windward banks here in our area. But even if it does have the slightly off-colored water, they can produce really well, because what happens is on your normal, the higher tides, the bait fish, the wind-blown bait fish, they're up in the grass, up along the banks or the little spoil islands, things like that. But when this wind shifts and the tide drops like it has, that bait is more or less forced out. And it'll stay up there as long as it can during the morning hours, but as hot as we've been, it will tend to pull out to the sandbars, pull out to the edge. And when it does that, it's concentrated. That congregation of bait, if you will, is obviously easier targets for your trout and your redfish. And especially, like I said, with this hotter than normal temperatures right now, these fish are simply patrolling the guts and the bars and even the drop off of the windward shorelines. And with that, you have little pockets that you walk into. You may jump out of the boat and start hitting fish right off the bat, and you may walk 75, 100 yards with nothing, but then all of a sudden you're back into them. So you do have to grind it a little bit more, but it's well worth it. Like I said, if you can find the right bait fish, things like that, the right water color with lower winds, if possible, these windward banks really start to produce on these lower tides like that. So like I said, something to think about, maybe something to try next time you're out, but it starts with paying attention to the tides and knowing what's normal or below normal for your bait system. So y'all have a good one. Y'all be safe this weekend. Looks like it's going to continue to be hot and breezy, so be safe out there on the water. All right.